CLM by John Masefield. Read for LibriVox.org by Kevin S. CLM. In the dark womb where I began, my mother's life made me a man. Through all the months of human birth, her beauty fed my common earth. I cannot see nor breathe nor stir, but through the death of some of her, down in the darkness of the grave, she cannot see the life she gave. For all her love, she cannot tell whether I use it ill or well, nor knock at dusty doors to find her beauty dusty in the mind. If the grave's gates could be undone, she would not know her little son. I'm so grown. If we should meet, she would pass me by in the street, unless my soul's face let her see my sense of what she did for me. What have I done to keep in mind my debt to her and womankind? What woman's happier life repays her for those months of wretched days? For all my mouthless body leached, ere birth's releasing hell was reached. What have I done or tried or said in thanks to that dear woman dead? Men triumph over women still, men trample women's rights at will, and man's lust roves the world untamed. O grave, keep shut lest I be shamed. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
El Beso by Angela W. Grimke. Read for LibriVox.org by Mike Overby, Midland, Washington. Twilight and you. Quiet. The stars. Snare of the shine of your teeth. Your provocative laughter. The gloom of your hair. Lure of you. Eye and lip. Yearning. Yearning. Languor. Surrender. Your mouth and madness, madness, tremulous, breathless, flaming, the space of a sigh, then awakening, remembrance, pain, regret, your sobbing, and again, quiet, the stars, twilight, and you. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Blushing Rose by Ellen Russell Emerson. Read for LibriVox.org by Thomas Peter. A legend. There was a stir among the roses, one dewy morn in June. 'Twas where the south wind air reposes, and sings a soothing tune through the summer day. There was a whir and hum and sighing, unusual in their rank. One damask rose, their scorn defying, in some disgraceful prank, wed a foreign flower. A crime so great in Rose empire, that capital punishment was judged to such a law defier, and death or banishment was the sentence given. The rose had stood apart from others, and reared its crest so grand, in flaming colours, that his brothers grew jealous of his stand, while they jeered at him. 'Twas true the rose was rather dashing, and scarce was known to bend, when rain and wind and fury lashing the bumbler flowers would send whirling to the ground. But he was generous oft, and lavished his fragrance everywhere, until the air would wait and ravished to wreathe within its hair sweets so careless strewn. One lovelit morn the rose was quaffing from Oberon's cup of dew, while in the east a star stood laughing and shaking as he knew what the goblet was. When sudden, as he sat there sipping, a little voice called out from neighbouring thicket, "I am dipping my lip where naiads pout. Will I not be sweet?" Now such a question should have answer, bethought the stately rose, for prince or noble, knight or lancer, his heart would never close to voice like that. And then with one of his green branches he makes a cleaving sweep, on either side swift blows he launches, then takes a hurried peep where the thicket breaks. And down within the covert smiling, there stood a snowy rose, and bright she looked as though beguiling the shade its wings to close. 'Twas the lily rose, and very fair, and so was thinking the rosy damask rose. And while he stood abashed and blinking, and dreaming what he knows, damask rose should not. A dastard hummingbird came winging through opening he had clove, with swagger and dare-do singing, as though now he might rove just where he might list. And with a soft, complacent twirling around the fairy rose, he sought by hum and subtle whirling to dazzle the one he chose. There's wherein he erred. The angry damask rose could not bear this, and with a plunge he thrust the bird with thorny poniard. "Wear this," cried he, "until it rust, thievish hummingbird." The little snowy rose, all trembling at such a murderous sight, lest coyly thought she was dissembling some other thought by fright, love would fain disguise. "'Tis sad to see thee tremble, Rosie, 'tis sad, sweet love of mine." Shy dimples chased the grief of Rosie, while spoke this rose so fine. Oh, 'twas wicked quite. Then damask rose bethought of going, and yet he waited still. A sudden wind, the white rose blowing, did seem to serve his will. Ay, she was so sweet. Then was a stir among the roses, and he was ostracized. For now their soft reposes on white rose thus despised, blush of damask cheek. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Description of a City Shower by Jonathan Swift.
Read for LibriVox.org by Thomas Copeland.
Careful observers may foretell the hour by sure prognostics when to dread a shower. While rain depends, the pensive cat gives o'er her frolics and pursues her tail no more. Returning home at night, you'll find the sink strike your offended sense with double stink. If you be wise, then go not far to dine, you'll spend in coach hire more than save in wine. A coming shower your shooting corns presage, old H's throb, your hollow tooth will rage. Sauntering in coffee house is Dullman seen, he damns the climate and complains of spleen. Meanwhile, the south, rising with dabbled wings, a sable cloud athwart the welkin flings, that swilled more liquor than it could contain, and like a drunkard gives it up again. Brisk Susan whips her linen from the rope, while the first drizzling shower is borne slow. Such is that sprinkling which some careless queen flirts on you from her mop, but not so clean. You fly, invoke the gods, then turning, stop to rail. She, singing, still whirls on her mop. Not yet the dust had shunned the unequal strife, but aided by the wind, fought still for life, and wafted with its foe by violent gust, 'twas doubtful which was rain and which was dust. Ah, where must needy poet seek for aid, when dust and rain at once his coat invade? Soul coat, where dust, cemented by the rain, erects the nap, and leaves a cloudy stain. Now in contiguous drops the flood comes down, threatening with deluge this devoted town. To shops in crowds the daggled females fly, pretend to cheapen goods, but nothing buy. The Templar spruce, while every spout's a broach, stays till 'tis fair, yet seems to call a coach. The tucked-up sempstress walks with hasty strides, while streams run down her oiled umbrella sides. Here various kinds, by various fortunes led, commence acquaintance underneath the shade. Triumphant Tories and desponding Whigs forget their feuds, and join to save their wigs. Boxed in a chair, the beau impatient sits, while spouts run clattering on the roof by fits, and ever and anon, with frightful din, the leather sounds. He trembles from within. So, when Troy chairmen bore the wooden steed pregnant with Greeks, impatient to be freed, those bully Greeks who, as the moderns do, instead of paying chairmen ran them through, Laocoon struck the outside with his spear, and each imprisoned hero quaked for fear. Now from all parts the swelling kennels flow, and bear their trophies with them as they go. Filth of all hues and odors seem to tell what street they sailed from, by their sight and smell. They, as each torrent drives with rapid force, from Smithfield or St. Pulchre's shape their course, and in huge confluence joined at Snow Hill Ridge, fall from the conduit prone to Holborn Bridge. Sweeping from butchers' stalls, dung, guts, and blood, drowned puppies, stinking sprats, all drenched in mud, dead cats and turnip tops come tumbling down the flood. End of poem. This poem is in the public domain.
The Coolin by James Stephens. Read for LibriVox.org by Winston Tharp. Come with me under my coat, and we will drink our fill of the milk of the white goat, or wine, if it be thy will. And we will talk till talk is a trouble too, out on the side of the hill. And nothing is left to do but an eye to look into an eye, and a hand to slip, and a sigh to answer a sigh, and a lip to find out a lip. What if the night be black, and the air on the mountain chill, where the goat lies down in her track, and all but the fern is still? Stay with me under my coat, and we will drink our fill of the milk of the white goat, out on the side of the hill. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Darest Thou Now, O Soul, by Walt Whitman. Read for LibriVox.org by Winston Tharp. Darest thou now, O soul, walk out with me toward the unknown region, where neither ground is for the feet nor any path to follow? No map there, nor guide, nor voice sounding, nor touch of human hand, nor face with blooming flesh, nor lips, nor eyes are in that land. I know it not, O soul, nor dost thou. All is a blank before us, all waits undreamed of in that region, that inaccessible land. Till when the ties loosen, all but the ties eternal, time and space, nor darkness, gravitation, sense, nor any bounds bound us. Then we burst forth, we float in time and space, O soul, prepared for them, equal, equipped at last, O joy, O fruit of all, them to fulfill, O soul. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.